Go to Nehemiah 16, everybody. Afterward, I came to the house of Shemaiah, the son of Delilah, the son of Metabel, who was a secret informer. And he said, let us meet together in the house of God within the temple, and let's close the doors of the temple, for they are coming to kill you. Indeed, a night they will come and kill you. Verse 11. And I said, should such a man as I flee? And who is there such as I who would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go. Verse 12. Then I perceived, tell your neighbor, then I perceived that God had not sent him at all, but that he pronounced his prophecy against me because Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. Tobiah, the enemies of what Nehemiah was doing, the people who did not like to see the wall being closed up and all the gaps closed, when they tried all they could against Nehemiah, the Bible says they hired a prophet to go and deceive him. There are some prophets that are coming your way because they have been paid to deceive you, to prophesy lies, because somebody is giving them money. But if you're a man of prayer, a woman of prayer, you will perceive. Tell your neighbor, you perceive. You do not perceive if you're not in the spirit. And one of the ways to be in the spirit is to be in the place of prayer. When you're in the place of prayer, you'll be able to perceive that this is not from God. You'll be able to perceive that this is a lie. You'll be able to perceive that this is not the will of God. Nehemiah was able to perceive that God had not sent this man. But he did not use physical means to know. And listen, and this prophecy was pronounced against me because Tobiah and Sanballat hired him. These were the people who were against what Nehemiah was doing. They were against his building the wall. They had tried to mock him, and mockery did not do it. So they went to the extremes of hiring somebody to deceive him out of the will of God, to confuse him out of the will of God. But thank God, Nehemiah was not just building. Remember, they were not just building. With one hand they were building, and with one hand they were doing what? They were fighting. They had a weapon. That is why it's very important not to just pray, but also watch in the spirit. The Bible says, watch and pray. Tell your neighbor, watch and pray. Nehemiah was not just building this wall. He was building it, but also watching in the spirit. Watching over what he was building. Who is trying to come and get it down? What trickery, what crafty theme has the enemy come up with to come and interrupt me? But the Bible says that Nehemiah perceived. I pray for you that in 2026, you perceive what is of God and what is not of God. I pray that God will give you the sensitivity to know what is his will and what is not his will. Praise the name of the living God. So he perceived. So when we talk about intervention by prayer, we are talking about stopping things that were in motion against you. But when you pray, they freeze. Have you ever seen somebody that is marching towards you aggressively? Like a storm coming your way. And when you say, be still. And the Bible says, and the winds and the billows came down. And the men said, who is this man that even the winds and the billows do what? Obey him. The storm was aggressively coming to Jesus. And he said, storm, be still. Be still. And it happened. When you pray and something is in motion against you, it is paralyzed. If it is running, it is frozen. It can no longer run to you. That means the weapon does not reach you. Tell your neighbor, intervention by prayer.